Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well and I hope that you have a magnificent day. I am here to do an intuitive card reading to see what messages, insights, and guidance the universe has for us, especially in terms of, finding peace and calm amongst the storm, kind of staying the course and finding that internal foundation, that internal stability, that internal peace amongst the chaos of the external world, because things are popping off. People around you could be losing their minds and lashing out and exploding. So let's take a look at the cards and see what the universe wants you to know. So we have Plum, overcome your challenges. And this feels like kind of mind over matter. Like not letting the external dictate your internal state. Trying to process your emotions instead of sweep things under the rug and pretend that you're fine, doing things to regulate yourself, to, bring joy and peace and calm into your life, making sure you're taking care of yourself, tending to the needs of your body, making sure you get the rest you need, the water you need, good food, you take time to relax, that kind of thing, because a lot of times we can end up making our challenges and struggles worse by trying to force things, by, be like, I'm just going to power through. And then you can also get riled up because you have less from your cup to give. So if we can focus on taking care of ourselves, making sure that we're grounded, making sure that our internal world is tended to, and we're not just tending to the external world, it's going to do us a lot of good. And, we can also lean on and rely on the universe, the divine, for support, because we don't have to do things all on our own. There are plenty of things that we can't do on our own, or maybe we personally can't do it all and we need other people's help, the divine's help, the universe's help. That's the thing. But the main point is that your challenges, your struggles, your hardships, they can be overcome. They're not going to last forever. The storm will pass. You'll be able to make it through to the other side and you'll be better for it. Maybe, you'll be blessed with a rainbow of blessings on the other side, or maybe you'll just be stronger. You'll be nurtured from all the rain. It'll help your metaphorical garden grow. So don't get too caught up in, doom and gloom and how, it's not going to work out for me. This is how it's always going to be. It won't always be that way. Yeah. Look at the bigger picture, full moon and Sagittarius. That's the thing. A lot of times we can get caught up in the minor details. Not that they don't matter. That's not what I'm saying. My family has been creating friction, rubbing people the wrong way, ruffling feathers, and they've been running into me with things, and they act like they didn't do anything, and it's a whole thing. And so when it comes to me, it's I have a choice. I'm okay, what do I want to focus on? Because honestly, at this point, I have brought things up to them time and time again, and I'd make more progress with the brick wall. Literally, they just start screaming at me and gaslighting and validating and twisting and contorting logic to try to make it seem like they did nothing wrong and they're in the right. And it's just I might as well save my energy and my breath. And so it's just what I ended up doing was I ended up focusing on what I wanted to do. I ended up relaxing. I ended up playing this game for a bit. I ended up listening to, calming music from Fruits Basket. I listened to that soundtrack. I was doing things to fill up my own cup because I could get tripped up by the minor things of them because that's how they choose to be. And odds are they're not going to change unless they decide that it's in their benefit. Because, trust me, I've been trying to say things for years and years and years, and they don't want to listen. I'm always, scapegoated. I'm always the black sheep. I'm always the one in the wrong, supposedly ruining everything. just by speaking up and like trying to have healthy boundaries and calling things out. So, you know, it's just like at the end of the day, it's like, how do I want to spend my time and energy? Do I want to spend it agitated and mad and like all these things? And it's like, no. And like my best friend had wanted me to come hang out with her today, and I was like, I could do that. Not that she's the problem, but I was like, I could feel the state of my internal world based on what family members have been doing. So I'm like, I need to have a me day where I just kind of isolate myself and I soothe myself and I get back to my inner peace, my inner calm, take some time for me, because my friend wanted to go to places like the library, and not like the libraries are super loud or anything, but there's plenty of people there, especially now that it's summertime, so it's like interacting with a lot of people would not help me. So I was looking at the bigger picture and it's like, okay, I do want to see my friend. I should postpone that because this is not the day. I don't want my potential mood that I'm trying to, you know, calm down, soothe, process, and all that. Like, I don't want that to rub off on her or make her think she did something wrong. So I'm like, yeah, I need to do some alone time to write to myself and make sure that I show up as my best version. So, you know, just looking at the bigger picture, like, I was, like, after I took some time for me, like, I was back to, you know, back to basics, back to normal, like, my usual calm, laid-back nature. But it also helped that I was not around my family. They ended up going to visit my aunt who's in town, so it was, like, that was very nice to just, like, have some peace and quiet with the cat and able to do my own thing. But that's the thing, like, if we get caught up on all these little things, not that they don't matter, because, like, with family being disrespectful, they're, you know, blatantly crossing boundaries and, you know, mistreating you, harming you, whatever it is, it's like, it's not that that doesn't matter. Like, those little things do matter. It's not like it's not true, but the saying is like, would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? Because, like, I could get up and, like, be like them and go to war with things like, this isn't right, and, you know, I would be very justified in it, like, to call them out. But knowing them and how they operate, it's just like, they would, like, have a field day with it, because they love to shout, they love to get up in arms and yell and, like, get into this negativity and, like, get into shouting matches and just, it's just all this negativity and nastiness, and it's like, it's too much. I could go down that path. Not that I wouldn't have been right for, you know, calling them out, having my boundaries and all that. Not that, you know, it wouldn't be true that what they did was wrong, but it's like, what's going to amount from it? Are you going to get the results you want? You know, like, we reap what we sow, the energy we put out comes back to us, and it's just like, if I called them out, they just double, triple, and quadruple down. Like, that's what they do. Like, these are the types of people who, when I calmly and quietly, without a word, walk away, separate myself so I don't explode on them, because I'm like, you know what, I don't want to engage in that, but you guys are really crossing lines, and, like, I could snap. And it's because, like, times like that is like when my brother has his massive untrained dog around, and, like, I end up getting covered in scratches and bruises because he's letting the dog jump all over and no one's saying a word, and, like, I try to say something just to ignore me. So I was like, okay, I will go off on my own. I will go hang out by myself, try to reclaim my center, try to reclaim my calm, try to process my emotions instead of lashing out and screaming at all of you like I'm very tempted to do, because what the heck? And then they'll come up and they demand that I come back down with them and start screaming that I'm ruining things because I refuse to be around that kind of treatment. It's like, I'm not yelling at you. I am calmly telling you that I'm not going to do this. And then somehow it turns into you screaming at me how I'm ruining things. So yeah, just knowing the bigger picture. And, you know, if, like, it's dynamics like that with relationships, whether it be familial, friendships, you know, romantic relationships, and the, you know, it's your job, like, whatever it is, if you know the trends, if you see the patterns, if you recognize it, decide what's best for you. Look at the bigger picture. Is it going to help? Because sometimes the only way to help yourself is to walk away. Because some people will refuse to change. They will refuse to own up. They will refuse to take accountability. They will refuse to be responsible for their own actions and acknowledge it. They will refuse to apologize or try to make amends. So it's like, sometimes you just gotta be like, is it worth going down this road? Kind of picking and choosing your battles. Because it doesn't mean you're not right. It doesn't mean that what you're doing is like untrue, but sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes it's not worth it. So we gotta look at the bigger picture. You know? Yeah. Step out of your comfort zone. And for some of you, this could be speaking up more. Because if you're like me and have, family dynamics like mine, where they always scapegoat you and always make you out to be the black sheep, the one that's always ruining things, the one that's always being problematic and dramatic and all the things, like to point fingers at you, like you're obviously the problem because you brought things up. And it's like, sweeping things on the rug and enabling all these horrible behaviors is not actually helping the situation. You claim that you're being loving, but it really isn't. But I digress. But when we're in dynamics like that, we're basically conditioned to stay silent, to be seen and not heard, take up as little space as possible because, taking up space is apparently like this horrendous offense. And it's like, no. Like, we deserve to be treated with common decency, with respect, with kindness. Like, people need to have some integrity. Like, no. This is not how it goes. And so sometimes you really do need to call it out. Like, that's what happened with the toxic group. That was happened with, past friends. Like, I'm used to, trying to quote unquote be the bigger person and keep the peace and like try to be understanding. It's like, there's a time and a place for that. Yes, it's important, but it shouldn't overrule your own well-being, your own peace. Like, they shouldn't be allowed to treat you like garbage. Like, just no. And I think it was, is it one of the 10 Commandments, or it's like just in the Bible or something, like love your neighbor as yourself. And that means that you are treating yourself just as well as your neighbor and treating your neighbor just as well as you treat yourself. Like, you're treating both with love, with kindness, with respect, with common decency. So you shouldn't be letting other people walk all over you. And if that means you need to speak up, if that means, you need to get out of your comfort zone and, create distance and walk away and remove yourself from situations, do it. Because it's not worth the stay in those toxic environments and those toxic dynamics. It's like, sometimes it takes navigation and like some time to figure things out. Like, I'm trying to figure my way out of being around my family. It's not like I hate them, but it's like being around all of their nonsense and their trauma and their conflict and their chaos. It's very draining, which is just like, is it really any wonder that I always spend time alone with the cat, like reading and writing and doing art and, playing games, like by myself away from them? Is it a surprise? I don't think so. But yeah, like, it's going to be tricky if you're not used to speaking up or standing up for yourself and having those healthy boundaries, but it's very much necessary. It's very much necessary. But the universe wants you to show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius, like, don't hide yourself anymore. Don't hide your true colors. Don't play small. Don't dim your light. Like, yes, there are going to be people who don't get it, who get irritated by it, whatever. They're going to be haters. But they're going to be people who love you for who you are. They're going to appreciate you and enjoy being around you and want to connect with the real you. But if you're always putting up like a front and you're pretending and you're acting and all that, like, they're never going to get to know. And you'll never find the people who truly want to be with those deep, meaningful, genuine connection relationships with you. And, sometimes the people who are the loudest, critics and, like, they're throwing out the most hate and slander and mud and all that, like, it's usually because they're jealous. because they recognize, whether consciously or unconsciously, that you have something they lack, whether it be your light, whether it be, your kindness, whether it be like your authenticity. They may feel like they're not allowed to show up as their true selves, and if they see you doing it, like, then they can get all riled up and want to lash out. But show the world the real you, because you're wonderful. Yeah. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. That's the thing. The storm will end. It will not last forever. Dawn will break again. The sun will shine again. There will be rainbows. Like, it's going to be tough. Like, I'm not going to, like, sugarcoat and say, like, oh, everything's going to be rainbows and unicorns and puppies and everything's going to be sparkly and beautiful. It's like, there is dark in the world. There's hardship, there's suffering, there's pain. Like, I'm not going to say that it doesn't exist, but it does not last forever. It doesn't. And for a lot of us, the only way that we can end this tough cycle, to end the toxic patterns and the unhealthy dynamics and all that, is to step out of our comfort zone, because a lot of times our comfort zones aren't actually comfortable. We've just gotten used to them. They're the familiar, and anything that is not familiar feels uncomfortable, even if our comfort zone itself is very, very painful, very, very uncomfortable. It's like, well, at least we know. It's like, we're going to end that. We're moving on. We're starting a new chapter. We're going to overcome these challenges by showing the world the real you, by looking at the bigger picture, by stepping out of our comfort zone. Like, it's all coming to an end. Everything's coming to light. The truth is coming out. Like, you're going to find your people. You're going to find the place where you belong, where you can thrive, where you can shine. It's going to be okay. The storm is coming to an end. You don't have to worry. It won't last forever. As dark and turbulent as it might be right now, it's not going to last forever, I promise. Yeah. Create your vision. Do what makes your heart sing. You are being nudged forward. That's the thing. Like, the universe really and truly wants you to be authentic. It wants you to show up as your true self, to shine your true colors, to be the real, genuine you, because you were made this way for a reason. If the world needed another one of your friends, family members, your boss, coworkers, whoever, like, if they needed another one of that, the universe would have created that. The divine would have created that. But the universe, the divine, the creator made you as you are for a reason. You are worthy and purposeful and meaningful just as you are. So create your vision. Show up as the true you. Because you're going to do big things, even if you can't see the ripple effects. Even if, it's just these small acts of kindness that you think are nothing, it can have profound impacts. So don't let your song die with you unsung. You're being nudged forward by the universe. It's going to be okay. Trust. It's all working out for you. It's all working out. Okay. So we have uncored relationships, let go, forgiveness is freedom. This feels like walking away from things that are unhealthy, that are toxic, that, no longer serve you, because you're moving on to bigger and better and healthier things. You're starting a new chapter. Again, the tough cycle, it's ending. You're overcoming your challenges. And so you might need to let go of some people, places, and things. And that doesn't mean that, you despise them, or you're bitter and resentful and seeking vengeance and sending all this ill will towards them, but it's just like, you're putting yourself first, and you're doing what's best for you, and you're sending them love, you're wishing them the best, but you're just like, I can't walk down that road with you anymore. Like, it's too harmful to me, it's holding me back, it's preventing me from being my true self. Like, I don't choose the unhealthy dynamics anymore. Whether that be with a job, just like a neighborhood that you live in, family, friends, romantic partners, whatever it is. You're letting it go. You're releasing it. You're saying, you know what? I'm becoming my new self, and I need to let all that old go, that like, I don't align with that anymore. It's not for me. No ill will towards you, but not for me. I'm walking this way. And sometimes when you do choose to let go and you forgive, not saying that you are, letting them back in the door, but sometimes when you do choose to walk away, when you create more silence and distance, that's when people can have those revelations, those aha moments, and they can recognize what they did. And that way they can, own up to it. Own up to it and try to make amends. Doesn't mean you have to let them back in again, but if they're genuine in their attempts to apologize and make amends, and they have learned, grown, and improved, you can choose to let them back in if you want, if you feel that the energy is true. There are people who love to play and deceive and, manipulate, so be careful of that. Use your discernment. But nothing ever stays the same. The world is in constant change, so you never know what tomorrow will bring. Violet flame. Invoke the cosmic diamond violet flame. Transmute all that is not love. That's the thing. We can transmute the energy. Like, literally everything is energy. Everything is energy. So, fear, doubt, worry, insecurity, anger, frustration, bitterness, jealousy, like all of that, it can be transmuted. You can take what is given to you and transmute it into something that works for your favor, that actually serves you. You can turn it into love. You can be like, you know what? I'm choosing to walk away from this situation, but it actually did give me plenty of lessons. I learned, I grew, I improved, I'm stronger now. I know better, so I can do better. That's like what happened with me with that toxic group of the narcissists. It's like, I learned a lot from that. It was painful. It was lots of struggle and drama and chaos and conflict, but I know better now. I've done research and, deep dives into narcissism to, kind of pick up on potential warning flags that I did not recognize that first time. And it's like, yeah, now that I know things, like, I can see all the flags that were coming up, all the warning signs. It's like, but I didn't know. But I can transmute that experience into love for myself, to, be gentle with myself and be like, I didn't know what I know now. I did the best that I could with what I knew. I still chose to come from a place of integrity, a place of kindness, a place of respect. And I tried to achieve peace. I tried to resolve the conflicts. They weren't willing to participate. That's something they got to deal with. They no longer have access to me. They got to deal with their own natural consequences of their actions. They're reaping what they've sown. They're still, trying to go on about how I'm like crazy and all that, but it's like, that's their mess to deal with. Not in a mean way, but it's just like, they're playing in that energy. They get to deal with the natural consequences of it. They get to choose how they live. Yeah. The owl wisdom, like, it very much feels like you are transmuting experiences from your life into wisdom, so you can do better because you know better. And, you can, sometimes it's hard not to kick yourself and be like, man, it's so obvious, but it's like, you didn't know back then. Oh, that's funny. The whale wisdom, like, the universe is really, like, showing that you are gaining a lot of wisdom. Maybe there's wisdom coming into you from outside sources. The universe is giving you signs and guidance and insights, whatever it is. Like, you are becoming wiser and wiser day by day, and it's going to help you look at the big picture and in the cycle overcome the challenges. You're learning to let go. You're learning to pick and choose your battles. what's worth your time, energy, and attention, if you want to let it grow, if you want to nurture it. And a lot of people, they like to be like, oh no, just be kind to them, like they didn't know. And it's like, but when they keep choosing over and over and over again and doing the same things, it's a pattern, it's a habit with them. It's not a mistake. It's not a, oh, they didn't know, especially if you brought it up before. So it's just like, no, that's their choice. And they're allowed to make their choices. But choices have natural consequences, whether for a positive or negative outcome. Sort of like if you keep touching a hot stove and then you cry about, like, why am I getting burned? It's like, because you're touching a hot stove. Like, that's what happens. You get burned when you touch the hot stove, so don't touch it. Like, you know. And it's all turning into strength for you. The elk, like, the wisdom, the strength, the letting go, like, showing the world the real you, like, all of it is lighting the way. Like, I'm just looking at all the little lights around this elk and like how it seems to glow. It's like, it feels like sort of like maybe spirit guides or like the universe like guiding you along the way and be like, look, you got this, it's going to be okay, you're going to make it through this storm, you're going to overcome these challenges. You, like, this wooded area that seems foggy and it's dark and it can be super spooky, like it can seem like you'll never find your way out. It's going to be okay. You have the strength, you have the wisdom, you're going to have the path lit up for you. It's going to be illuminated. You're going to be able to make it out a-okay. So you don't need to worry about it. Let's see. Relationships are assignments for optimal growth and healing. Yeah, they can, get you to look at the bigger picture, see where you still need to grow. If you need to stand up for yourself, speak up for yourself, have those healthy boundaries, step out of your comfort zone, can help you identify what is truly you and what is, the external, what is like other people trying to kind of mold you into something. Because I remember growing up, like, there'd be certain things that I'd be like, oh yeah, this is what I believe. But it's just like, it was just the external trying to convince me that's what to believe, that's what I should think, that's the truth. And it's okay to have your own path. It's okay to disagree with what other people are saying. Everyone has their own path to walk. And, sometimes it's other people and the contrast that they can bring that illuminates, like, what is true to you and, what is not. Like, what is other people, I measure my success by how much fun I'm having. That's the thing. So many times we're not having fun. We're just going through the motions. We're in survival mode. And you can overcome your challenges. You can end this tough cycle by enjoying life more, by bringing more love and peace and fun and enjoyment and lightheartedness into the situation. Because, like, a lot of times other people are expecting you to be miserable and they want you to, because, misery loves company and they're, like, miserable and whatnot. They're not having a good time. Like, that's the thing about that toxic group and the narcissist. They were so miserable, and they were very, very insecure, and like they were making everybody else's problems when they're just projecting. And so you can have more fun. You don't need to take it the way they are. Oops. My happiness can be measured by the level of my faith and love. That's the thing. If you can bring more love and faith and hope and fun into life, it is going to make a world of a difference. A world of a difference. So the universe is sending you reassurance in the midst of this storm. Trust your intuition and make practical decisions that align with your higher purpose. Your guardian angels are acknowledging your efforts. Like, you don't need to worry. It's going to work out in your favor. The sun will shine again. It's not going to be this dark, turbulent, stormy, like, chaos and drama forever. Like, yes, it happens, but you're going to make it out the other side. It's going to pass. And you're getting divine guidance. You're receiving guidance and protection from the universe. Trust in the divine to plan for your life. That's the thing. You're not doing it all on your own. The universe is here guiding you, supporting you, protecting you, nurturing you. It is co-creating with you. So you don't need to feel like you're all on your own. It's you against the world. It's never going to be you against the world because the universe is on your side. It has your back. It's going to be okay. And it's helping you get security. Work hard and stay disciplined to unlock a happy, wealthy, and successful life. The guardian angels are here to help you. That's the thing. The angels, the divine, the universe, everything is working everything out in your favor. The universe uses anything and everything to your benefit. Even if, you're having enemies try to work against you, slander your name, thwart you, backstab you, sabotage you, all of that, like, it's going to work out that whatever they do is going to help propel you forward. Even if they think they've won short term, like that toxic group of the narcissists, like they thought they were breaking me. It's like, I'm stronger than ever before and I have more peace. Like, I'm happier, like all these things. Like, I know better now, so I do better. So it's going to work out in your favor. Rest assured that everything is going to be okay. And you're having harmony in your life. Embrace harmony in your life. Seek balance between your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. That's the thing. You don't have to have everything be so doom and gloom. You're going to be okay. Yes, it's stormy and there's turbulent and there's drama and people are doing what they're doing, making their choices. People are peopling. But you are choosing to come from a place of peace, harmony, love, calm. Like, you are making that your internal foundation. You are making it your priority. You're making your well-being your priority. You're not letting other people come in and drain you and sabotage you and chip away. It's like, no. Having these healthy boundaries, and I can walk away, I can go silent, I can create distance. Like, I am going to have a harmonious existence. Whether or not other people want to, engage in it too, that's something else, but you are making it your priority. Scales, keep your life in balance. That's the thing. The universe is emphasizing the importance of balance right now, of not, being too much in action without rest, and, recouping your energy, filling your cup back up. Having a balance between work and fun or personal life, a balance between yourself and taking care of others, so you're not putting yourself on the back burner. You need to have balance. Like, you can't let other things dictate your life and just be draining you. It's not going to serve anybody. And, having the balance is really going to help you overcome those challenges. And, you might need to take a vacation, hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. And, maybe you need to go off into daydream fantasy land. That's okay. Tap into your imagination. Visualize your ideal life. Think of, a scenario that will bring you peace. Because the thing with the imagination, the mind doesn't know the difference between real and imagination. So if you're using your imagination to rile yourself up, to freak yourself out, you get into all this weird, like, that story about, like, imagine you're being chased by a tiger, and it's like, well, how do you solve it? It's like, stop imagining. You're not being chased by a tiger in reality, so you don't need to worry about it. So, take a break. Prioritize your well-being. Make sure there's balance, because it's really important to take care of yourself. We have handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important, and you never know. These chance encounters, people can, like, write it off as chance or a coincidence, but there are no coincidences in this universe. There's synchronicity, like, things are meant. And sometimes just a chance encounter and just a simple conversation can open profound doors for you and the other person. So don't write things off. So if you feel the nudging to talk with somebody, listen to your intuition, listen to your instincts, because that's the universe guiding you, giving you signs to go for it. Dog, protection from a powerful friend. This could be someone that you know. It could be a friend, a family member, or it could just be the universe, because again, like, the universe is sending angels, it's the divines, like, everything's on your side, helping guide you forward and protect you. So you're gonna be okay. Show the world the real you, because you're gonna be okay. Truly. And the universe has a special announcement for you, and it could just be this message right here about how you're going to be okay. Rest assured, you have the strength, you have the wisdom, you are growing, you are healing. Show up as your authentic self, create your dreams, your vision, because the storm is going to pass and you're going to come out all the better for it. We also have the owl again. Good advice from a wise person, and this could be the universe sending you people, which is why that meeting with a stranger could be important. It could be, wisdom from a song, from a video you stumble across. Like, there's so many ways that the universe sends us signs and messages if we have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, if we're open to them. So know that you're going to be taken care of, and you're having all this guidance and wisdom, and it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You get to choose what you focus on. You get to decide if you're going to pursue fun, happiness, love, peace, harmony, hope. You get to choose. You get to choose if you show up as the real you. You get to choose on if other people are going to dictate your internal state, or if you're going to be like, you know what? I choose to walk away. I get to choose how I show up in the world. I get to, process my emotions. I can, take some time to breathe, take some time to relax and unwind. You get to keep your life in balance. You get to decide so many things. So know that you are being protected by the divine. It's going to be okay. The storm will pass. I'm wishing you all a wonderful rest of your day. Please take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.